is everybody ready to go? All right, Coach.
Okay, the off week last week was very good for us. Came at a good time, not just to heal up, but to really get a good plan together as far as the last 6 games. We were playing a very good South Carolina team that I think is very talented. It's a veteran team. They were ranked in the top 10 preseason for a reason. They had a big win against a very good Georgia team, so we're expecting really to get their best, and we feel like we're going to have to play well to win. On another note, Jermaine Whitehead has been reinstated. He practiced with the team on Sunday, and he's going to do everything he can to try to earn himself back on the field. I don't know exactly how long that'll take. I don't have a timetable on it, but we'll see how that goes. And as far as his reinstatement and what he did and all that, that's between me and him.
Questions?
Just what exactly why was this the time that Jermaine could be reinstated as far as opposed to?
Yeah, like I said, that's between me and him with everything that went into that up to this point.
How was the team's reaction when you guys got back to practice? Jermaine?
A lot of times, seniors have a lot to do with decisions and stuff like that. So does coaching staff, but it was a matter of fact.
Because their rush defense is pretty low in the SEC this season. What have you, as a team that does so as a run first and power run team, what have you seen in this matchup where their team is struggling against the run, and that has to be something?
It looks like early in the year they had a new defensive scheme. They were trying to get all that cleaned up, and it seems like there's a little bit of a transition. But we know that they've got some talented players. They got a lot of veteran guys back on defense that has played extremely well, in the past, and we feel like they're starting to figure out who they are, and we know they'll be much improved.
Yes, it's been the top two teams that have done well this year have all been just really dominant on the run by at home. Most of them have. What is it that makes it so hard to win on the road, and what does playing here at Jordan Hare do for you guys?
Well, first of all, playing home here in front of our fans is a big advantage for us. We've played well the last 2 years at home. We need to continue to do that. On the road, you've got to have your best effort, not just the crowd and everything that goes with that, but you just got to have that little extra.
Is Jordan Hare, is it different than other places you've been?
It is. I've had the unique experience of being, coming here coaching another team, and the unique experience of being a coordinator here and then a head coach here. And in my opinion, this doesn't get any better than our home field advantage.
Will Avery be staying at right tackle?
He's got the flexibility to do both. We've not made any hard decisions today. In practice, we'll kind of see where things are at, but he has the flexibility to play both.
Coach, what does Jermaine have to do to get back on the field?
Yeah,
you got to see
that's
in
between
practice.
us. Yeah.
What was that?
That's between us.
You said on the show last night that you want to get better on first down. You guys aren't getting the kind of distance you want.
Yeah.
What goes into that? What goes into improving that?
Well, a lot of it is execution. Some of it could be strategy. Some of it could be scheme. But that is a big factor, difference between this year and last year.
You are down about a yard per carry on runs on first down, and Nick is his least efficient, and all 3 of his picks came on first downs. What did you see on reviewing that this past week? That you mentioned the execution.
Yeah.
That I think had a lot to do with the picks, but the runs in particular. What are some of those things that you noticed on those first downs?
Yeah, it really comes down to the execution part. We were very efficient, especially in the second half of the year last year. And we're hoping that the same thing will happen this year. A lot of it has to do with we've had some injuries up front. We've mixed and matched. And we really hadn't got our guys in the same spot, over and over again, so you can really get clicking. So we're hoping that the same thing will happen last year, happen this year, as far as the second half be more consistent with our execution, especially in the run game.
When the running average is down and Nick's interceptions mainly came on batted balls or the pressure at the end there on those first first down plays. Perception on the outside will be that the line is to blame for a lot of those issues. Is that a fair assessment, or
No, it all works together. As far as when something bad happens, it's never just one thing. But, I'll go back to the standpoint that if we can get our linemen in the same spot and stay healthy for the second half and really start working together and get some cohesion, there's no doubt in my mind that we'll be more effective and more efficient in the run game.
Any part of that, maybe getting Rock Thomas more involved earlier in downs for possession?
Well, we felt good about Cameron Spain, with the way he ran. But, we do have a strategic plan for the second half, kind of like I've said before. And, Rock will have a bigger role
Good.
in the second half.
Have people been doing different things on the zone read? It doesn't seem to, y'all seem to have done it as much for one thing, and it just seems different than last year.
Yeah, like I said, we're more effective in the zone read the second half of the season last year, and we're hoping the same thing will happen this year. And a lot of it has to do with having the same people up front and everything that goes with that.
That being said, you guys are doing some different stuff, sending Nick through the middle and middle of the line, a little bit different than last week, just adding some stuff to that package.
Say that again.
Have you just been adding some stuff to that zone read package of Nick running?
And you try to add little wrinkles, but at the end of the day, your base zone read is what you hang your hat on, and there's always going to be a few bells and whistles and things that go with that, but those are, secondary plays, so our zone read's still our zone read.
Are you happy, disappointed with the production outside of Duke and Sammy at receiver spots right now?
Yeah, I think overall, when you look at it, we've done some good things in the passing game. At times, we've been inconsistent with certain aspects, but I think all of them are correctable. And I think, as the second half of the season, gets here, I think we can be, more efficient, more effective.
What was the team's kind of mentality to focus? I mean, you're not out of any of your goals after losing to Mississippi State, but you got to kind of a couple of weeks before you get back on the field and start hitting people again.
Yeah, our guys were excited about practicing last week. Like I said, they came with a lot of energy. There's a lot of winners on this team, a lot of good leadership, have high goals, and they understand what we're fixing to get into. And we know we have to play well. We know we have to get better, and our players are committed to that.
How brutal is it to do you think whoever wins the West, I mean, that's quite an accomplishment, especially when you're playing, two good teams from the East. How big a challenge is that this year, given it?
Yeah, it's the best conference in college football, probably by a long shot. So whoever wins the West, will have a big advantage.